I sit in this icy shrine all banged up. I got nothing to do but hang my head and listen to my thoughts echo. And after that howl of despair, the bastard drove me had the balls to come up to my face and tell me, Vanar, ancestor of the Venator, he said, that I have inherited his blood, which makes me a world-devouring monster. Apparently, I'm a legendary beast reincarnate, one that makes me hungry for flesh. The idea is so repulsive, I want to gag, but nothing comes out of my stomach. In other words, I've already digested their flesh and blood and absorbed it all into my body. The thought sinks in. I can't help but feel disgusted by my own body, which until now I have been proud to show off as a symbol of my strength. Ooh, child, is that just it? Just a symbol of strength? I see. No wonder they call me a monster. It goes beyond eating food for humans. I devoured my fellow beasts, people that could have been kin while they lived and breathed.
どうして俺の故郷はこんな残酷な世界になったんだろうな。もしはるか昔にその元凶になった奴がいたとしたなら、俺はそいつを一生恨む。何が不殺だ。何を恨んでんだよ俺は。ほざいていた俺がこの残酷な世界の象徴そのものだったんじゃねえか。
Every time I see the mirror, I'm petrified. I know that one day the drawing will look like less of a... bleh. I know that one day that drawing will look less like a drawing and more like a mirror. Am I destined to become Vanar no matter what?
いや、なってたまるか。要はこの後、二度と血の匂いを嗅いだり、何も食わなきゃ。
Until now, I had no real need for food, so any cravings I had were superficial, but... my stomach let out a... oh my god, that was a stomach? It sounded like another species of beast. My stomach let out a terrible growl in the darkness. A desperate, hungry cry. I bent backwards and hugged my arms around my torso. I clenched my teeth, fighting the desire. But it was useless. I bark into the darkness. Hello. If I sound different, it's because I just switched positions on my bed and I had to move the mic. Oh, y'all, I'm so achy. Achy. I'm hungry. In times like these, the one to feed me was Dromi. Oh, me. But when her face came to mind, God damn, it sounded like a mountain lion. I thought my stomach growls were bad. My hunger worsens, and I can't help but gulp uncontrollably. Her flesh was perfectly delicious. No, don't say that! A monster hides in my brain. It's part of me. When I picture it, it laughs as her blood drips from my mouth. No! I stop breathing. I grip my stomach and continue to suffer in denial, surrounded by darkness. But, in a way, I was too late. Her flowing blood. I can never forget the look of fear in her eyes as they burned into mine. More importantly, I can't believe I attacked the person I wanted to protect. The person I most wanted to protect. I became a monster. I devoured part of her body. As if that wasn't bad enough, I hurt her. As if that wasn't bad enough, I hurt one of her most favorite guests. Hell, I tried to eat him. Otome trusted me when no one else would. She vouched for me. She really believed I'd be worth it. But it was all for nothing. I gave in to my wretched hunger. I betrayed her. Oh, excuse me. I'm sure I'd never get to see that smile of hers glow again. If that's the case. Jesus. I didn't expect it to get like this extreme that quick. I kicked the idea for a bit in my head until I decided to use my own fist to do the deed. Oh my gosh. But as soon as I placed it over my heart to rip it out of my chest, I'm dominated by another feeling, a rabid, beastly hunger. One that chips away at me until I satisfy its craving. Nobody in their right mind would want a monstrosity to go on living. Wow. In a remote territory stir the omens of an awakened calamity, a promise from fate about a tragic, bloody unrest. Yet, in a nearby... I can read, I promise y'all. I'm just really tired. And sometimes I skip words. Yet, out in the nearby desolate ice field, the calamity was a mere passing thought. A small tribe of nomadic beasts struggled to survive in the harsh desert. Hi, Fox Boy! A young beast with lanky arms patrolled the outskirts of the village, and he turned at the sudden sound of footprints. Excuse me. He lowered his body, assuming an offensive stance, expecting to see a band of raiders. What he saw instead were beasts even smaller than himself. They had long ears, so malnourished they could snap on contact. The young beast regarded them as no threat. He began to ponder. Were they refugees from a random attack? Have they fled here looking for safety? The boy began to pity the small creatures. However, he hesitates to call to them of his own accord. Instead, he chose to observe them, losing himself in thought until... Oh, bunny girl! One of their rank walks toward him, crunching snow beneath her tattered hide shoes.
ねえ、ちょっと、あなた。僕。ここに、あなた以外の誰がいるのよ。
The girl exhaled haughtily through her nose. She was incredibly forward, stronger than her frail demeanor had suggested. The boy shot upright to maintain decorum, but he had no intention of threatening her.
私たち、別の場所から群れごと逃げてきたの。だからこの辺りに新しい縄張りを築いてもいいかしら。目立たないように気をつけるから。
The truth was revealed. They were driven from their territory and searched for a new place to call home. So long as they were considerate of their neighbor... So long as they were considerate of their neighbors and caused no trouble, it was fine. They seemed awfully sincere to the boy. Okay, this ain't working. Survival in the Badlands was brutal. Raiders and murderers, Survival in the Badlands was brutal. Raiders and murderers pounced on any prey too vulnerable to look after its own. But these beasts seemed different. If they continued to wander, he thought, it'd be a matter of time until they were goners. He nodded immediately.
僕の一存だけじゃ決められないよ。縄張りに戻って族長に聞いてみないと。
じゃ、今から聞きに行きましょう。
え？
ほら、案内してよ。私たち、あなたたちの縄張りの場所知らないんだから。
His first impressions, it seemed, were off. The boy began to think that he had mistaken her lack of consideration as confidence. Regardless, as representative of his people, he led the two of them to the elder. Both of their feet trudged against the dense, knee-high snow toward the village. They shared the burden of their silence on their solemn. Let me read that again. They shared the burden of their silence on their solemn trek until.
ねえ、この辺りって縄張りとしての条件はどうなのかしら。
He couldn't tell if she was unable to endure the silence, or if she was simply bored, but he humored her attempt to break the ice. He struck out his tongue and thought. Only one came to mind, especially for beasts of their stature.
割と生き残りやすいと思うよ。近くにアルムムの縄張りがあるけど、間にある大きめの氷山がこちら側を隠してくれてるし。
危険を承知であえて連中の足元に潜伏してるってことね。気弱そうな魔獣に見えたけど、意外と肝が据わってるじゃない。
どちらかというと、他に行き場がなかったから最終的にここに落ち着いた感じ。それと氷山の他にも僕たちを守ってくれるものがあったから。
守ってくれるもの？
The young girl blinked in confusion, and the boy became animated. Enthusiasm glowed in his eyes.
イグニス知ってるよね。ベスティア最強の魔獣。彼がね、時々様子を見に来て縄張りを守ってくれてるんだ。そのおかげで僕たちはなんとか生き残れてる。
The boy patted the top of his head, reliving when the hero patted him on the same spot all those days ago. The warmth stuck with him all this time. He found strength in the memory. Aww.
彼、イグニスって。
Wait, what the fuck? I'm talking as the boy? What? Damn it. Yeah, fucking save, bro. Alright, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I actually I was falling asleep way too much. So today is Sunday. Yeah, I'm rested somewhat. I also had to run out and take care of a few more errands, y'all. So I shouldn't be yawning all that much. But yeah, let's see what this is interesting that we have a choice as the fox boy. Really interesting. So do we say he's really cool, or do we say he's really kind? I think this is weird being a non-Katone choice, but I think the rabbit girl's gonna freak the fuck out if, you know, he says kind. I also think she's gonna say something, you know, to counter whatever compliment the fox boy has. We'll say really kind.
優しいよね。見た目はちょっと怖いけど。僕この間頭撫でてもらっちゃった。
All the headpats and head scritches. That's all these folks want. I'm just kidding. They want a stable environment to live in. Lord. I don't think you can win with this child. The girl watched the boy's face turn red as she scoffed and averted her gaze.
あんなやつに憧れるとか理解できない。トニー、お前だけじゃない。
This bitch. If you too tough, she blames you for killing her family. If he's too kind, she says he's just too soft. Girl, what? Pick a lane and stay in it. That's why your parents got AIDS. I'm not sorry.
かかってるイメージっていうか、誤解を解こうともしないぶっきらぼうだし。
I wouldn't be surprised if I chose the other choice and she's still gonna, he's not all that kind. You know, that sort of deal.
彼のこと知ってるの？
知ってるっていうか、知り合ったっていうか。
The boy guessed to himself how. It seemed likely that this young girl was saved by the very same beast, the so-called strongest in Bestia. Frail beast girl. A weak demon beast girl who found out that Ignis isn't killing like before. Well, we don't know that. And is also owing her life during a... Let me read this again. What the fuck? A weak demon beast girl who found out that Ignis isn't killing like before. And is also owing her life during search of Kororo's parents. While not upfront about her feelings, she does seem to be thankful to Ignis. She's yandere AF, y'all. What the fuck? Like... Whatever. However, afraid to draw more of her ire, the boy kept quiet, expecting a rebuttal from her were he to mention his guess. The boy was sharp, and, in a short time span, had managed to see her for who she was.
また会いたいな。最近姿を見かけないけど、どこにいるんだろう。
Oh, little fox boy. I don't know. He is held up in the Fortress of Solitude, it seems.
そういえば、あいつが他の魔獣と戦った噂とか聞かないわね。
True, as the girl said, the boy noticed this too. The boy had noticed this too. His strength was undeniable, rendering the fear of losing him to battle to just that, a mindless fear.
なんだか嫌な予感がする。イグニスに何もないといいんだけど。
余計な心配よ。第一、何かあったところであいつに関する騒動に弱い私たちが関わることなんて万が一にもないんだから。
Oh, Rindo. Okay. Uh-oh, this music. Several days had passed since the band of Enchante regulars commenced our plans. The GPM headquarters, including all of its higher-ups, shuttled to and from meetings on how to deal with Dromi. Fucking kick the shit out of him. That's how you deal with him. Through it all, I was there, stuck in an interrogation room. In all truth, I was starting to become fed up with the runarounds the kid kept giving me. Then kick his teeth in! Go on, do it! You gotta break a few eggs to get an omelet, right? This smug bastard. Look at him! What? Kick that fang out of his mouth! The maestro himself, the chaotic prince responsible for this hellish vortex before me, was restrained with non-human bindings. He looks pretty fine to me if he's able to do that generic elbows up anime pose. He whistled nonchalantly, to my chagrin. Early on, he ditched his small fry act and revealed his true impish self, dodging each question with a quip or a quack. Is he a duck or a tiger? Don't take it from me. Club dude. I don't know his name. Club dude's just there. Mikado also sat in on the interrogations, driving himself and his assistant mad, as the latter grimaced from aside. How do you know what he's doing? He's got a paper over his face. Or whatever the hell that is over his face. I don't know what that is. Well, obviously the friendship don't mean shit. Totally gonna edit that out.
それをあっさり裏切るとはね。血も涙もないとはこのことだよ。ねえ、ぐーちゃん。
Sure, pal, whatever you say.
裏切るだなんて心外っす。俺は博士さんを裏切ったつもりなんてないっすよ。ホールを悪用するな。それを先に言っといてくれれば、俺は律儀にそのルールを守ったっす。
Bullshit. No, you would not have. His ability to shift blame was impressive. But I sighed, realizing I had lost count of how many of Dromi's games I sat through.
随分と余裕だね。このまま自分が処分されるとか考えてないのかい?
Yeah, what happens to him?
だって俺別に人間界には迷惑かけてないっすよ。人間界で暴れたアルムムたちだって自分の意志でホールへ飛び込んだわけだし。
Do we know that for sure, Dromi? Come on now.
俺自体はまだなんにもやってないと思うんすけどね。
I clicked my tongue, betraying my position. Of course, he was right. Dromi may have been the mastermind. He set things into motion. That much is true. But I couldn't pin any of those things on him to get a real charge in the human world. With this, even upper management realized he was a special case, and we needed an alternative to squeeze the truth from him. Man, just put him in a ring with a bunch of minotaurs. That'll get him the top. Come on now. And don't tell me the government in this story is all, you know, by the book. We know that's a lie because of Kaoru's route. The government got a nasty side to it. So I don't understand why they don't, like, put the pressure on Dromi. Like, really put the pressure on him. Like, just have him share a cell with his Minotaur homies. You know what I'm saying? The tragedy of Bestia was within the legal jurisdiction of Bestia alone. It was impossible to charge him for that. The lad was sly, but he knew this much.
ちなみにホールに関してなんですけど、人間界に繋がってたってこと自体は俺完全に無関係ですからね。
Are we sure about that? Why would you think I had no intention of you connecting the wormholes together with here in the human world? So why would you make that statement unless, you know, your guilt is prodding you to make that statement?
本当に超偶然にっすけど、全部があの町に繋がってるのに気づいて、それをうまく利用させてもらっただけっす。
ジョシュ君、どう思う？本心かな？
Come on, man. Actually talk. Don't just say, oh, I have no business. I'm just here to do as you say. Come on, man. Let's see what you got to say.
競技は含まれていないと判断する。
Oh, okay. What if you... I still don't know your deals. I don't trust you.
だからそろそろ解放してほしいんすけど。
If you had such a problem with being detained, why did you willingly go with them? I guess he really is chained up from he's just stuck in that pose. He lifted his arms, poised and pitiful. More pitiful, if anything.
却下。君の腹黒さからして。
Ow! You ain't going nowhere, boy. Fess up!
イグニスのバナル化以外の目的がありそうだから解放できないんだよ。
But in the back of my mind, I knew this was I knew time was almost out. Soon I would have to relinquish custody of Dromi for lack of evidence. Damn, son. I decided it was time I loosened the tie to make the most of our time together.
ドローム、君は何が目的なんだ？
Yeah, dude, what is in it for you?
どうして君はバナルを盲信し、自分が食われる可能性も承知の上で復活なんてことを。
Yeah, real talk. He's the last of his race. So why does he want to bring about, unless he like he's putting up this front, this trickster front in order to, you know, I don't know, maybe take himself out or something. I don't know.
はあ？そんなの。すっげえかっこいいからに決まってるじゃないっすか。
は？
His answer took a moment to register. I thought I misheard him, but... The fuck? He really want to die by this thing? Mikado and, much to my surprise, his assistant were both catatonic, so I knew I hadn't imagined the response he gave. Dromi, meanwhile, was unperturbed by our reactions and began to speak sternly. At first, it was about Ignis. No, not Ignis, he clarified. Vanar. And how his past led him to worship the heretic of doom. Oh, what? What's tea?